Hey everyone, my name's Andy. Now, before I get into this, I want to say something clearly. Some of you watching this know exactly who I am. Some of you don't. And some of you won't like what I'm about to say. That's fine, because I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to be as honest as I possibly can. Now, I spent years working through this space, seeing what actually happens in the real world, not just what sounds good online. What I'm about to share with you isn't hype, it isn't theory, and it isn't a quick fix. It's reality. So if you're serious about understanding what's going on, listen carefully, because I want to speak to people and I want to speak to everyone properly, because there's a lot of noise right now and people are confused. And I know many of you watching this are under real pressure. You spent money, you've followed advice, you've trusted groups that promise results. You're still stuck or worse off than when you started. So let's get real for a moment. The IAM community did not start as a legal battle group. It started with understanding natural law, how things actually work, how to think properly, how to stand on your own 2 feet, learn equity, contract law, common law, etc. But over time, it's evolved because people started coming in with real problems: debts, council tax, enforcement, pressure. And when people are under pressure, they look for answers quickly. That's where the problem starts. Because right now, there are a lot of groups out there making big claims and making big money out of you. Don't pay this. This doesn't apply. We've beaten the system and many more, to say the least. But I'm telling you now, after years of being in this space, if it was that simple, everyone would be doing it successfully. But they're not. What actually happens is people follow these ideas. Things will then escalate and then they end up in a worse position than when they started. I've seen it over and over again. People getting enforcement, people getting disconnected from the grid, people losing control of the situation. And then they come here. So let me be clear about what this community is and what it isn't. We're not here to sell you a quick win. Never has been. We're not here to tell you to ignore everything. And we're definitely not here to put you in a position where you get hurt. What we are doing is completely different. We're building a structured approach, understanding how the system actually works, using the tools that exist, asking the right questions, keeping a proper record, and most importantly, protecting yourself while you deal with it. That's the difference. And I'm going to be honest about something else as well. This hasn't been a straight line. As more people have come into the community with real situations, real pressure, and real consequences, we've had to adapt. We've had to refine what works and be honest about what doesn't. Because this isn't theory, this is people's lives. And when something doesn't hold up in the real world, we don't double down on it. We adjust, we improve, and we move forward with something stronger. That's how this has been built, not on claims, but on experience. And I need to say something pretty clearly. This work is not something you dip in and out of. This is not join for a month, grab the templates, and then disappear. No, definitely not. If that's what you're looking for, this isn't the place for you. Because this is the point where you decide, are you looking for something easy, or are you ready to actually understand what you're dealing with? Because those are two very different paths and they lead to very different outcomes. You see, our path requires understanding, consistency, and personal responsibility because every action has a consequence. And if you're not prepared to take responsibility for those consequences, you're on the wrong path. Because at the end of the day, this is your life, your home, your finances, your position. Now, no one is going to fix that for you. What we do here is give you the structure, the tools, and the support so you can handle it properly. And I'll say this as well because this really matters. I give my time to this freely. I'm not here charging people hundreds or thousands for access to information. I'm here to help you understand how to protect yourself. With no wild claims, no false promises, just grounded, practical truth. We've had successes, some small, some significant, but every single one of them came from people who stayed consistent, followed the process, and understood what they were doing. not from chasing quick wins. And again, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm always honest with people. If you ignore things completely, the system will move without you. And when it moves without you, it does not slow down or check if you agree. It just progresses through orders, enforcement, and escalation. That's why understanding what you're doing matters. If you follow noise, you will get caught out. But if you understand what you're doing and you act properly, you give yourself a position. That's what this is about. Now, for those of you already here who are learning, who are applying this properly, this is where it grows. Not just for you, but for others as well. Because this community isn't for everyone. It's for people who want to understand what's actually going on, how to handle things properly and stay in control of their situation. If that's you, you will get value for money here. If it's not, move on. That's fine. But for those who stay, who learn and apply this properly, this becomes something different. Not noise, not guesswork, but structure, clarity, and a position you can actually stand on when things get serious. That's what we're building here at the ION community. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.